Did you just see that Vogue Spring 2023 patterns just dropped today? So I'm going to give you those 8 patterns that I like in this collection. All right, so if that's some content you would like to see, keep on watching.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video we are going to go ahead and talk about those 8 Vogue patterns that I will be picking up for spring 2023. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, ciao, guten tag, aloha, hola, konnichiwa, wagwan, bonjour. If you are returning, you know what to do. Go get you a quick snack, something to drink, come on back so we could go ahead and get right on into this video of the Vogue Spring 2023 pattern that just dropped today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into this video. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about those 8 patterns that I plan on picking up during the next Vogue and Butterick sale. Now, first of all, I want to say Vogue and Butterick is on sale starting today, Friday. I think today is the 17th. Yeah, Friday the 17th. My days are a little mixed up. So happy St. Patty's Day, by the way. So the sale starts today. Vogue $5.99, Butterick $1.99. Now, I just came back from Joann's picking up fabric. If you have not seen my video yesterday of my sewing plans, I did pick up fabric today. So while I was there, I did see Vogue was on sale. I'm sorry I did not post that, but I'm telling you guys that now, and I'll post it as well that Vogue is on sale. So Vogue is on sale for $5.99, Butterick $1.99, and it will end Sunday. If you have missed any of my videos, the pattern sales run from Friday to Sundays now. All right, so it's no longer Thursdays, it's on Fridays, so that's when that pattern sales happen. This week just happened to be Vogue and Butterick. All right, now let's go ahead and get into these 8 patterns, starting with Vogue 1933. Now, I'm not going to say Vogue every single time simply because all of them are Vogue patterns that was just released today. All right, so Vogue 1933. So it's a button front A-line dress with loose fitting through bust, has drop shoulders and collar, a neckband, patch pocket, side slits, and length variations. It also has long sleeves. It has a concealed button placket, a long underseam, and button cuffs. Now for me, I like view A on this pattern. I can see myself doing this in a solid, but I could also see it as an in-card print. I could also see it as a rayon as well. That's the view that I plan on doing when I get around to this pattern, when I get ready to pick it up, because this is something that could be potentially in my, if you missed it, I'll put it in the description box below, Battle of the Shirt Dresses, which is going on right now. So if you missed it, I'll put it in the description box below, as well as on the end screen. So this dress could be potentially something that I'll switch up one of my Vogue patterns and do this dress as Battle of the Shirt Dress. You will just have to see. All right. Moving on to the next pattern is 1934. So 1934 is a missus dress in 2 lengths. The dress has a stand collar, a yoke, a front band at the raised waist. It also has front buttons with bias loops. So you make the loops out of bias tape, or you could create your own bias tape as well and do it kind of like decorative loops as well. You can do that as well. It has side seam pockets and invisible back zipper in 2 lengths, and then it has 2 sleeve options. View A features the cross grain sleeves with that has like the sleeve to the cuffs, and then view A also has like the long sleeves. You can also use border print for this. Now for me, I feel like I would do view A with the sleeves of view B. I think that the shorter sleeves is better for the spring, summertime for me instead of the long sleeve. But this is another dress that you can do as part of Battle of the Shirt Dress. So just stay tuned for that on which Vogue pattern that I will choose, because I'm seeing that a lot of shirt dresses is starting to become available with this collection. So we will see if I switch from the pattern that I am going to be using to one of these new patterns. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next pattern. The next pattern is Vogue 1936. So this is a Mrs. Blazer dress, which I love. This dress has peak lapels, top stitching on the front side seam, long two-piece sleeves with button trims and shoulder pads, which is optional for sure. The dress features button closures at the waist, concealed button closure on skirt, the waist cut out on the side seam pockets, and length variations. Now for me, because I want to stay put together, and when you have a little bit of a bootay, you can't just wear really short dresses, because when you bend over, your bootay is going to show. So for me, I want the longer length, and that longer length is view B on this dress. So that's the view that I plan on doing. I can see it in so many different fabrics to use. I know I haven't been telling you the fabrics, but for this dress, you can use so many different fabrics. This is a advanced to sew pattern as well. So let me go back. All right. So I'm going to go back to just to, give you, I forgot to mention the skill level as well as the fabric. So for 1933, which I'm going to put back up on the screen for you so you could see that as well. My bad for not telling you, but it's an average to sew pattern. And then some of the fabric options for this pattern are your poplin, linen blends, cotton shirt, and sateen, just to name a few for that shirt dress. So for 1934, which is also another, form of a shirt dress. Now this pattern right here is an average to sew pattern as well. Now when it comes to the fabric options for 1934, you can use so many of them, preferably woven fabric. So you can use, like for view A, you can use double border print, and then view B, poplin, sateen, or linen blends, just to name a few. Now moving over to the blazer dress that I just spoke about. Now some of the fabric options for this is medium weight wools, gabardine, linen blends, and twill, just to name a few. This is an average to sew pattern as well. So that is 1936. Moving over to the next pattern, it is Vogue 1937. So this is a Sandra, I think her name is Batinza, or Betzina, I think is how you pronounce it. It is one of her patterns for a Mrs. dress or tunic. So let's go ahead and get into the pattern. So this pattern is an average to sew pattern. It is view A, or all the views actually, has a pleat front A-line skirt, which is view A, and then view B is the tunic that has the back yoke. The dress has side seam pockets, contour or contrast collar and cuffs, and hem facing. Now the tunic has like a lantern sleeve, a contrast upper sleeve, a yoke lining, and hem facing stitched to the outside as well. And then if you want, you can purchase a fringe trim as well for that. Now, for this, the fabric options for 1937 includes your heavyweight rayon crepe, or you can use silk. You can use any type of drapey knits for sure, or organza, just to name a few for 1937. But this is a Mrs. dress or tunic by Sandra Bedina, I think is how you pronounce that name, and I like it, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up as well because I like it for the dress, and that's the view that I want to do. Let's go ahead and get into the next pattern. The next pattern is 1939, which is the Mrs. top. Now first things first for this one is it is kind of like a crop top, but you can also do the longer view as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, this pattern is an advanced pattern, and I can see why it's advanced. It's a loose fitting top, has gathered sleeves and buttons with bias loops, front closure. View A is the crop version with the elastic waist. And then you have the front ties and 3/4 sleeves with elastic hem. View B is the view that has the long sleeves with the cuffs. It has the buttons and bias loop closure as well, and continuous lap opening. And then you also have the lace trim in the front as well. Now, when it comes to the fabric, there are so many different fabric options that you can use. You can use poplin, lightweight broadcloth, or cotton fabric, lawn or challis, just to name a few for that one as well. And for me, I think when I get around to this pattern, I would do view A and I would lengthen it a little bit to have that elastic sit right at my belly button, not, you know, too far up. So make sure if you're going to make this pattern to extend it, if you're like me and want to be a little bit covered. All right, so let's go ahead and move over to the next pattern, which is 1940. So 1940 is also a top as well. It's an average to sew pattern. Now this one is a line empire waist top, has close fitting through the bust, and have a deep V-neck bodice with princess seams. It has a bow, baby hem, invisible zipper at the center back, and narrow strapped across the upper back as well. That back, the back has like a strap that goes across the back. And then view A is sleeveless, and it has gathered neckline ruffles, and view B has your balloon sleeves with the stay as well. So I like both views, but I think when I get around to this pattern, I would definitely do view B composed to view A. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the different fabrics you can use. You can use so many different fabrics for this one. You can use poplin, broadcloth, Ankara fabric, any type of lightweight cotton fabric. Shearsucker would be a good one as well. So there's so many fabrics that you can use in order to do this top. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the next pattern. The next pattern is 1944, which is a top and skirt, and I like it to do it as a two-piece set. This is an average to sew pattern. The top has dropped shoulders, collar band, front button closure, and length variation. View A is the crop. It's cropped and it has darts. It has ties that wraps around your waist as well. Long sleeves with button cuffs and a placket. That is your top. View B is like a button down shirt that's short sleeves, stitched hem, and side slits. If that's what you want to do with, you know, view B, you could have those side slits, or you could just sew it up and not have them as well. And then view C is the bias cut skirt that's fitted through the hips and have a waist ties, invisible side zipper closure, and hook and eye. Now, everyone knows that when it comes to a hook and eye, me personally, I'm not a fan of hook and eye, so I will take my invisible zipper and go all the way up. That's just what I prefer to do when it comes to, you know, skirts with hook and eyes, all right? Regarding the fabric, you can use so many different fabrics. You can use your muse, rayon challis, crepe back satin, just to name a few, because that skirt is definitely cut on the bias. So you want to use a fabric that, you know, cut along the 45-inch grain or cut along the bias. So you definitely want to do that as well. Let's go ahead and move into the last pattern, which is 1945. This pattern is a Mrs. knit top and leggings in 2 lengths. Now this pattern is an advanced pattern, and the reason why I think that this is labeled as an advanced pattern is because it does have a lot of different things for the leggings. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the pattern. So this one is an advanced to sew pattern. It's a loose fitting crop top, have drop shoulders, long sleeves, rib knit trim, and optional crew neckline or hoodie. It also has a high waist, high rise leggings, have spiral panels for sure with the leggings. It has a waistband with elastic, stitched hem, and length variations. Now for me, the 2 views that I would do for the top would be the hoodie, which is view B, and then view D, the panel color block leggings for sure. Now, when it comes to the fabric, come on, you know, it's, you know, if you need rib knits, you're going to need some form of knits. So for this pattern, you need a 4-way stretch knit, which is 45 degrees cross grain. You also can use things like activewear knit, double knit, ponte knit, spandex knit, scuba knit. You could use a neoprene. You could use so many different fabrics in order to do this 2-piece set for sure. Well, that's it for all of the patterns that I plan on picking up doing the next Vogue sale. So Vogue and Butterick is on sale right now, but I know that these are not in stores because they just dropped today. So during the next sale, I will go ahead and pick those up as well. So I hope you decide on which patterns that you like. Tell me in the description box, in the comment box below, which ones were your favorite. All right. So since you made it this far, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, keep sewing.
Whoa. Who knew I would make it this far?